Hey there, 8th grade. Welcome. This is just a quick video screencast of your ISN for Life, the Universe, and Everything. Wanting to make sure that if you're missing any segments, any pages, that you can maybe find out by watching the screencast and do something about that. So here's a fake one that I've made, a digital ISN for Life, the Universe, and Everything. Of course, your first page, you should have the table of contents. And that should list for you all of the different learning activities that we've done, the essential questions, the vocab words. So it's a real important piece of paper for you. The real first page, though, should be the first essential question, do you matter to the universe? And the first page should be about alien abductions. That would be our notes that we did debunking this idea that aliens travel to Earth and actually abduct people. You did an alien brochure, which would go great over here on the right side for your right-sided activity. The second page you should have should be Drake and SETI notes and information. Here for the Drake equation, we just wrote down two numbers that we calculated using the Drake equation. So here's the amount for the Milky Way, 1.3 billion alien civilizations, and 26 quintillion alien civilizations for the whole universe. And then just some basic notes about SETI. We talked about how we're listening for radio signals and seeing if we can find evidence of intelligent life that way. The next page, and here's where the page numbers might start to vary between you and me because it all depends on how many pages you take to fill in different things. But the next segment of your ISN should be about galaxy types. There are three kinds. You have spiral, elliptical, and irregular. For me, I needed to do this over 2 pages, but you might have 1 page or you might have 3. But you'll have notes about each of the different galaxy types that we brainstormed together in class, and you'll also have a short list of the things that they all have in common with each other, the common traits. The next page after that will likely be the graphic organizer that we did for the activity that was called You Are Here. Basically, it's everything bigger than a galaxy. So the first few things here are just leading up to a galaxy, but then we start getting to clusters, superclusters, and filaments. And if you're looking for the Prezi to fill that out, if you go into Schoology and go back a week or two in the postings, you'll find the Prezi listed there. Then the next page, I think, would be your black holes and galaxies page. And this was based off of the video that we watched. So I did a quick screen grab of the 2 diagrams that we did together in class, the hungry black hole and the sleepy black hole. And then I took 2 pages. You might take more or less, depending. But then I threw in some of the extra vocab words that we talked about, supermass black holes, spaghettification, and the things that black holes and galaxies have in common. Remember that you should always have a right side that goes with each of these pages, and really try to focus on your right side being helpful to you. So do something that is creative, something, maybe it's visual, like maybe you do a picture of some of these vocab words so you can translate it into an image, and then that helps you understand it better. We're finally on to EQ2. And one of the first things for EQ2 that you'll have is just some basic wave properties. This is when we were playing with the Slinky toy in class. So you should have a sketch here, a diagram showing wave height and wave length and the crest and the trough. And some basic things that we talked about, a bulleted list of interesting facts like how waves reflect, how small waves carry lots of energy, things like that, and even how the color of the rainbow can be broken up by wavelengths, the whole Roy G. Biv thing. Which actually leads us to the next page, the electromagnetic spectrum. This is a graphic organizer that we filled out after watching a brief video in class, so it has all the wavelengths of light, not just visible light, but infrared, ultraviolet, radio waves, microwaves, X-rays, and gamma rays. And you can certainly find the link to that on Schoology as well if you needed to go in and fill that out. That'd be a real nice handy thing to have because that's a lot of technical stuff to try to cram in your head and remember. Then the next 2 pages should be on vocab words that we were using, all revolving light and all involving how we use light to discover different things about the universe. So spectral lines, light year, parallax. What you would have done or should have done is take that last column from that worksheet and basically cut it out and put it on the right side because there you're defining these words with a picture. So this is more of notes on the left and this could be the right side. And then you'll probably have a second page that has the other 3 vocab words for a total of 6. and you're getting down there to the last page or two. This will probably be a couple pages, I would guess. But here's the big last final lap that we did, where we talked about how the universe is expanding because all the galaxies are redshifted, how the Big Bang Theory came about because we're trying to explain why the universe is expanding, how it actually creates more questions than it answers, and yet how that's really the nature of the universe and the nature of science too. We're always going to have more questions that pop up. And then we talked about some possible ends, or ways that we think perhaps the universe might end, way in the distant future. So there's the big crunch, the big freeze, and the big rip. And then we finished with a couple interesting, weird, strange kind of thoughts. This idea that most of the universe is made out of dark matter, that there might be some evidence that some of these filaments out here are actually accelerating towards one particular direction, perhaps indicating that there's another universe out beyond ours. So lots of mind-melting ideas here. This is really, truly some of the biggest of the big stuff. So hopefully the review helped you, at least helped you feel more confident and comfortable that you've got everything that you need to be successful for the test. Remember, with the test, it's really a matter of what do you understand, not what have you got memorized in your head. So the right side really is purposeful because it helps you to understand a little bit better. So making sure that you have that in there will be really important. And likely we'll do an ISN check here shortly after the test is done so that we can get you some points for all the hard effort and work that you put in to constructing this thing that's going to help you. All right, so good luck on the test on Monday. We'll see you then.